Okay. Good morning, everybody, and welcome. This is our regular meeting of the Mason County Commission for January 7th of 2025. We're going to begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, and I'm going to give the honor of the Pledge of Allegiance to our brand new commissioner, Pat Tarswell. If you would take it, would you do us the honor of leading us? And it's right over here.
Absolutely. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Commissioner District 1, Randy Netherland.
I'm present.
Commissioner District 2, Pat Tarswell.
I'm present.
Commissioner District 3, Sharon Trask.
I'm here.
Okay, we have quorum. It's set up a little bit different here, so the way they have the appointment of chair is kind of odd. I'm going to go ahead and just move that to after the Christmas tree.
Oh,
So we do it the other. Do we have any correspondence to come before the commission, please?
We do. The Treasurer's Office sent notice regarding RCW 3648010, depositories designated by the Treasurer. Ronald Medley, Joel Galbraith, and Christy Rose sent in applications for the Planning Advisory Commission, and Bernie Games sent in an application for the Parks and Trails Advisory Board. Washington State Liquor and Cannabis Board sent in the following: liquor license renewal applications for Mosquito Fleet Winery, Seebeck Pizza, Tugs and Chugs, Pike's Court, and Lake Limerick Country Club, Inc. Pacific County Commissioners sent in a letter of concurrence to appoint Dean Jewett to the Timberland Regional Library Board of Trustees. The Economic Development Council sent in the 2024 Quarter 4 report and scope of services. And Mason County Superior Court sent in the 2025 judicial rotation schedule.
Excellent, thank you. Next up, I have item number 4.2. We've moved it to be 4.3, so we're going to do a free Christmas tree recycling news release. Are you kidding me? We asked him to come himself.
I expect full retribution.
You bet you we will.
I would demand it.
That's funny. You tell him that we made notice of it, and we expect him the next time
I'm
to
gonna
come
make
in.
him watch this
Well,
when he gets back.
Yeah, we're gonna have him come in the next time and give us a complete description of his job, what he does, and how long he's been with the county and what he's coming.
Thank you,
gonna
I
do.
appreciate
Yep.
it. Richard Dickinson, Deputy Director, Utilities and Waste. Yeah, this is not a breaking news announcement. This is kind of a late one, and I really apologize for that. Free Christmas tree recycling. Mason County announces free Christmas tree recycling available at the following locations beginning December 26, 2024 through January 11th, 2025. Shelton Transfer Station located at 501 West Eels Hill Road in Shelton. Business hours are Monday through Sunday from 8 a.m. to 4:45 p.m. And Belfair Solid Waste Drop-Off Facility located at 1611 Northeast Sand Hill Road in Belfair. Business hours are Tuesday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Customers of Mason County Garbage and Recycling Curbside Service can cut up their trees and place them in their cart as part of their regular pickup. Please note that all trees dropped off for free recycling at county facilities must be free of decorations, flocking and tinsel, wreaths and garlands will not be accepted for free recycling since these items contain wires and therefore cannot be recycled.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I have a question real
Yes.
quick. Richard, is it possible to extend this beyond January 11th since it's currently January 7th?
Yes.
And we're doing a notification, so
Yeah.
is it possible to extend that out so that individuals that are now aware that they can bring them in, have a little extra time to do that?
Yep. Yeah, we can, let's go ahead and just say we'll go to the 25th. We'll give it another 2 weeks.
Okay, through January 25th. Thank
To
you.
make
That's
note,
good.
the 25th.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you, Richard.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, next up will be appointment of the chair. This is the point where we go ahead and we move forward how the meetings are run from this point and who will chair it through a nomination.
I'd like to nominate Sharon Trask to be the chair.
I'll second. Any other nominations for chair? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. It's all you.
Oh, well,
Still need vice chair.
we do.
Mhm.
All right, so now we're moving on to appointment of the vice chair, or nomination.
Madam Chair, I move appointment of Pat to be our vice chair.
I'll second. I'll call for the vote. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 There you go.
Welcome. Well, and welcome to the commission, so it's good to have you aboard. Good to
Thank
have a team member on here, so it'll work. All right, let's move on, now that I've got the gavel.
Mercy.
This is the time we set aside for the comment from our public. There's a 3-minute max, 15 minute total, 3-minute max for each person. Holy cow, now I have to get back in the swing of things. I know, gosh. We'll start with the room first. Do we have anybody in the room that would like to stand up and speak? Please state your name and where you're from. Toss up, I'll give you guys your choice. Stand in front of that little stand right there, and that way we can hear you and see you.
And
And
I'll go ahead and start your timer for 3 minutes.
I'm Tom Dennis. Normally on Tuesdays, I'm your volunteer radio officer at Emergency Management. But today I'm going to talk about an issue with CenturyLink. In short, we have no communications in Southwest County. We cannot call 911 on landline. We have no internet service since the 18th. I live at the county line, so I got that end of it. I have to usually go up to the free Wi-Fi at the park. But luckily, John Taylor issued me a Starlink unit since I'm a radio officer and I need to be in contact for call out. We constantly go to CenturyLink every day. On the internet side, you're gonna have a service by 5. If you get to talk to a human being, it's 5 o'clock. It's a standard issue thing. They can't do anything else. And I assume you're aware that the company's being dissolved, the different parts. So you just can't get by the barrier to get any help. And listening to the folks on Matlock and the Sensor, we're to an issue. And between 110 to 400 people don't have phone service, so we don't have 911. And I tried to go through the State Public Utilities Commission. Oh, they can listen to your complaint. The AG's office said it sounds like something for the Federal Trade Commission or the Federal Utilities. They were kind of in a change of office with the AG moving. So I'm not seeing anything done. And after 3 weeks, it's getting a little tiresome. A lot of people are trying to get Starlink or get to Mason PUD, which will blacklock them. But I was suggesting of making a recommendation to you to maybe declare a disaster, however you can do it, to get into contact with CenturyLink and try to get us a firm date. Just to quickly describe it, the main cable was pulled up during a mudslide about a mile south of the East River Road. And later on in the day, service was restored. But later in the day, a helpful citizen went in there and tried to move the mudslide and cut the cable. So we're talking about a major 6-inch coax that takes special permits to dig up, bury, so it's not just some guy going in the room and shaking a board. But nothing's being done. It's gotten to be a joke when you go out and see the county crew down there, see CenturyLink, and they just laugh. That's all I have to say, folks.
Madam Chair, I won't do it now because it's not on our agenda, but at the end of the meeting, I have a recommendation for us during our reports and calendars from the commission. So if you hang around at the end, you can hear some addressment of that. Yeah, I'm sure.
May I speak? And I don't mean to cut you off, so I just wanted to pile on with what Tom's working on. Steve Ingram, Mason 12 Fire Board of Commissioners, and to extrapolate on what Tom's talking about, who's got much more detail into the infrastructure and things that are going on locally. We too have become aware of not only immediate needs and inability for many of our community members to reach public services, safety services, and essential emergency services. But this predates this event, weather event, so forth and so on, has been going on for many, many months, and there are folks still without communications, reliable communications. I've been in contact with the Lumens, Washington State Director of Public Affairs and Intergovernmental Policy, to no avail. And expressed our concerns, and like Tom, I plead with the Board of Commissioners here at the county level to advise us in how best to proceed with getting and restoring, vital services to those who may not have, means or resources to have multiple communication services or afford, high-end satellite communication systems or be out of various communications deals to begin with. And that's our chief concern at the fire district is folks being able to reach emergency services reliably. And it's my understanding in discussion with Lumen and CenturyLink that whether they're dissolving or not, and that's fairly new to me, Tom, thanks for that information, they are legally provider of last resort for this region, which means they receive funding to provide reasonable and reliable communication services. And there's probably many details to that. And again, I'm not a city planner or a engineer in any way, but again, any advice that we can take, I don't have the staff or resources to take on that issue myself, or I would. But on behalf of Mason 12 and the community of Matlock, you've been helpful to us in the past, and we seek your advice and counsel on how best to proceed. Thank you.
Monty?
Good morning, Happy New Year's, everybody. My name is Monty Ritter. I used to be on the Mason County Park Board, and a long time ago, back in 1999, somebody had poached a beaver up on my property, and unfortunately, after the beaver dams failed, the flooding down here in Shelton was something ferocious. Commissioner Netherland, you may recall helping me go into Olympia and the passage of the beaver bill years later. And once the beaver were restored to my property, the flooding downtown Shelton actually stopped. So appreciate that from you. Going forward with this, with the flooding downtown Shelton, we were able to also put in a floodgate here at the bottom of Northcliffe. And although we haven't had to use it, it's nice that we have it there. We were able to put the culvert in underneath Highway 3 before Highway 3 was resurfaced. And they put a 10-year moratorium on construction curb cuts on Highway 3 through Shelton. Now that the 10 years is just about over with, we see that the city of Shelton is preparing to put a trail in from Matlock, or from out on Highway 101 all the way through town to the marina. And with respect to my time on the park board, we had originally had we had in our comp plan a request from the people of Mason County to put a trail in from the city of Shelton up to Belfair. And although we took that out of the comp plan when the state had put the moratorium on curb cuts, that 10 years is just about over with. And unfortunately, the members who are currently on our park board were not in park board 10 years ago when the decision was made to remove this language from our comp plan. So I'm reaching out now that we've had a couple months of our county park board. Because of the holidays, they have not been in session for the last couple of months. So in a couple of weeks, I plan on attending a park board meeting and asking them to return the language. And basically, that's what I just want to tell everybody, to let you know that I hope everybody supports the idea of putting in returning the language, because we need to have the park, the commissioners, you need to have the authority to work with the city. And the only way you can have that authority is if the park board puts the language back into the comp plan. So I encourage everybody to reach out to our park board and ask them to do what is necessary. Thank you.
Thanks, Michael. All right, do we have anyone else in the room that would like to speak to the commission? All right.
He's asking if there's anybody else in the room who would like to speak to the commission on any item, not on the agenda.
Well, yes, I would. I'm Lyles. I've been in Mason since 1947, a couple of days. And I officially should have held on. Used to. I sold my vote. I'm going to have to vote over. Anyhow, it's called Sea Lake. Have 2 days. And I've talked to